Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday. We're officially halfway through the challenge. If you had some goals, whether it's weight loss, nutritional, exercise, this is a good time to assess. Where are you? Are you where you want it to be? Do you have to make any adjustments? You may have started late too, and that's okay. But I always think about every week or so. This is how I work it with my clients. About every week or so, we kind of assess where we are and look at the overall plan. Are we getting, where we want to go? And if you're not, or you have any questions, as always, if it's, weight loss related, nutritional related, I'm here to help, whether you're one of my clients or not. I would love to do anything I can. So this week, I'm going to take even a sort of deeper dive into the healthy mind. And this is an interesting chart because this kind of goes through the stages of what it's like mentally to make the changes necessary, kind of the shift as we talk about over time to really get the habits of health, the macro habits of health, and anything else in your life. Honestly, this is a great lesson across the board of how we make those changes. So we all start in what's called unconscious incompetence. Okay, this is where we are, right? This is what we think. This is what our concepts are. This is what we've learned, what we haven't learned. Everything's sort of in this one big ball, right? And we are trying to maybe accomplish something. Like if you're a professional dieter, like I used to be, I thought I knew, what I knew, but honestly, I wasn't really getting anywhere. So I was unconsciously incompetent. And through feedback, not criticism, because sometimes feedback can be taken as criticism. This can be a painful part of this whole equation is to go from the unconscious incompetence to the conscious incompetence. I don't know what I don't know to now I know what I don't know, right? And like I said, that can be that's a wake-up call. That's a hard pill to swallow, no pun intended for some people. But that's the first step. And as a coach, this is sort of the first step I take my clients through is, what we think we know or what we don't know to, okay, now through feedback, we now understand what we don't understand, right? If that makes sense. So now the coaching really begins, right? Now we can start anew, right? Empty the cup and now become consciously competent. And that comes over time. And you're seeing results at this point in time. Things are happening. All the things that you really wanted to change now are starting to change. And they're changing with predictable transformation, as we like to call it in Optavia. And so you're going from the conscious incompetence to conscious competence. Now, let's say you've gotten to your goal, right? You've lost the weight or you got to your exercise goal, or your nutrition plan, or whatever it is, that the challenge and what maybe this year's goals represent to you. But now when we get there, this is where the fear of gaining all the weight back, let's say if we're in a weight loss mode, this is because now you got to work at it, right? You have to be conscious every day about being competent. And if you don't, you're going to slip right back to unconscious incompetence eventually, right? You may have enough brain power to handle it right now, but then life gets in the way and you start slipping backwards. So the next part of this is the part that most people don't wind up doing. Even if they reach their goal, they don't become unconscious competent, okay? That's where you don't really even have to think about it anymore. You just do it. It's ingrained. It's a habit, okay? So that comes over time. That comes with practice. That comes with continuing to work with your coach, your support system. You have to just do it over time. You have to understand that it's not going to happen overnight because you can easily go back if you don't get the practice in, if you don't work the system long enough to where it's almost like, you don't have to think about it anymore. And that's the 4 stages. And this applies to the habits of health and just about anything out there. So again, I hope this helps. Hope you have a great week. I will be back tomorrow, but as always, if there's something that you want to discuss, any of these lessons, something that you've learned or you have a question, you can drop it below. You can reach out to me personally. Okay, everybody have a great week.